Welcome to the Lux Leap, where bold women turn ambition into action. I'm your host, Raelynn Logan, and together we'll explore the big moves, smart strategies, and extraordinary branding behind unstoppable businesses. So I have a question. What if your hardest setbacks held the key to your biggest breakthroughs? Dr. Michele Kehrer is a doctor of physical therapy, business growth coach, resilient entrepreneur, and four-time cancer survivor with over 30 years of experience launching, managing, and selling businesses across multiple industries. Through her company, Shift to Success, Michele helps leaders move through obstacles, scale with sustainability, and turn challenges into powerful catalysts for growth. She's known for helping people shift, not just in strategy, but in mindset. She's also the author of the powerful new book, Brave Shift, 30 Mindset Changes to Transform Your Life, a transformational guide for anyone ready to stop surviving and start thriving. So please welcome the powerhouse guiding leaders from breakdowns to breakthroughs, Dr. Michele Kehrer. How are you?
Oh my gosh, I'm so good and so excited to be here. You're such a powerhouse and so much fun.
Well, thank you. I'm excited to have you. For everybody listening, we have had just such a fun time going through our Chinese zodiac that we lost track of time. And now we're here with you. But if you're wondering for context where that might come from, we pre-warned you. However, diving in so you can get to know Michele better. Michele, why don't you share with us what inspired your Lux Leap, that bold move that started your journey from ordinary to extraordinary?
Oh my gosh. I don't know if there was one event. Raelynn, I mean, when I was 5, I literally told my mom 3 things. I'm going to be my own boss. I'm here to make the world a better place. And I'm going to have a twin sister. Now, people get concerned about that. But I tell you, all of them happened. Just my twin sister happens to be 17 years younger than me. But yet with that declaration at 5, how could I not be big and bold?
Oh my goodness, I love it. You're like, no, listen, world. This is what I want. This is what I'm getting. And you're gonna follow suit. Understood?
Yeah.
Cool. Got it. Oh my goodness, I love that. So you've had so much happen to you in life. How has your personal story influenced the brand that you've built?
Well, I think it's about taking who I am and putting it out in the world in a way that says, you don't have to be okay with status quo. Like no matter what it is, you can change it up. If you're unhappy, you can change it up. If you want to lose weight, you can change it up. If you're not, if you don't love your job, you could change it up. If you don't like where you live, you could change it up. You could just can. And it's scary, so scary. It's only worth it 100% of the time though.
I love that you said that. And I think I always tell people, like, so many people are afraid of change. And there's 2 things here. People are afraid of change and people don't want to recognize that they have autonomy. But when people tell me they're afraid of change, I was like, oh, so how are you doing now that the clock has moved a minute? Like, change is happening regardless. Like, it's going to happen. Time is constantly moving and it's not waiting for you. Yeah. So it's funny that people struggle with this idea, but then to double down on that, like you said, they have the choice. Like you can choose to be happy. It is a choice. And I say it all the time. I think that's actually what my personal Instagram line says is like, I choose happiness. Because if it's a rainy day, can I make it stop raining? No. But can I find something that makes me happy to do while it's raining? Absolutely.
Yeah. Go jump in mud puddles.
Oh my gosh. I haven't danced in the rain in so long.
It's so fun though.
It is. It really is. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, it's raining, but like it's misty rain here in Oregon. Whereas like, I want like full on like.
Oh, that torrential downpour. There's nothing better. It's like, because it just is like, it's a clean out of everything. Yes. Energetically, physically, like all of it. All of a sudden you're just like, oh, you could just almost like feel new coming, right?
It's so true. Like I think of the last time I got stuck in a rainstorm like that, I was in Maui and I was like walking, shopping, it's sunny outside. And then all of a sudden it was just like, I was like, oh, I like it. It just has to happen. It's like, I don't even know where the rain came from because there was really no clouds, but it just whoosh, and then it was gone. And I was like, oh, okay. And then I left with a pineapple pearl necklace. So that's really what happened. I lost it at a photo shoot in Seattle, and I'm really heartbroken about it. And I couldn't replace the size of pearl. I got one that was similar, but it was much smaller. So I'm hoping when I go to the Big Island this next year that I can find one to replace it, because it was one of my favorite necklaces. And then I had one with a Hawaiian island. So island girl through and through. So what was the moment you realized that your brand had momentum and people really got it?
I think it's just going along, and I was invited to talk and do a TEDx style talk in Chicago to a group of entrepreneurs. And I was like, sure. And I didn't think my life is anything. I mean, like, everyone's got struggles that, like, nothing extraordinary, right? And there were 3 of us that talked that day, and it was so much fun. And like, people still to this day come up and remember that talk. And I was like, I only was just talking about myself and like what I've been through. And it was really cool. And to have people then come up and say, okay, you really need to write a book. And I was like, no, that seems silly. That seems self-indulgent. That seems all bizarre. Really, it's like the hardest thing to do. It's so crazy. But then the feedback that comes from it, not everyone loves it. That's fine. I'm not for everyone. But the feedback that people are already saying and doing is like, this transformed my microcosm of a world, even if it was just for one day.
Wow. That's amazing feedback. And forget about the rest of it. If it's not for somebody in the moment, it's not for them.
Yeah.
Like, that's generally how I always look at it. I'm like, I'm not everybody's cup of tea, but I wasn't meant to be. I'm a glass of champagne. Have a nice day.
100%. Yeah. Me too.
Not everybody likes bubbles. That's on you. Yeah.
But here, Raelynn, this is something, a total side tangent.
I love them.
Do you know you cannot be angry and say the word bubbles? Think about it.
I've never thought about that. I'm also just not really an angry person.
Bubbles. Like, how do you can't even like be like,
what's funny is I was in traffic the other day, and I can get angry in traffic. My boyfriend likes to tell me that if I came with a warning sign, it would be, don't be the person driving in front of her. It's fine. Okay, it's fine. But many people need to learn the rules of the road. Yeah. So I'm in traffic and I look over to the other side of the freeway because I'm going a cool 5 miles per hour. And there had to have been a little kid in one of the cars, and there was just bubbles floating. And I was like, look, there's bubbles. I love it. But yeah, how can you be angry with bubbles? You can't. Like,
you can't.
I get it. Oh, that's amazing. I was 35 years young when I learned that.
Nice.
Oh my goodness. So, on the note of bubbles, how would you describe the unique energy or essence of your brand in one sentence?
Oh, that's such a great question. I think fiery and fun.
Like the horse?
Yeah. Because like, I'm going to bring it, like, when you talk about like boyfriends. So my fiance is always jokes. He's like, you have a velvet hammer. Like, you just bring it, but you're not like clobber someone. You just clobber them gently, not like over the top. So yeah.
You don't need it. Okay. I agree with this. Like, sometimes you got to be broken down to build back up. Okay.
Yeah.
Just maybe like on a cloud, like on a cloud, and then build you back up like Olympus. That's what we're doing here.
There we go.
Because why not? It's just so. I love that you said fiery. So many people are afraid to be fiery. I feel like they're not willing to just be that level of spicy, and somebody's got to do it, Michele. Why not the two of us?
Right. And no one wants to be Wonder Bread. I mean, at least I know what I know. Right?
I am no. Actually, I hate Wonder Bread. Yeah. Fun fact about me. Just looking at it kind of makes me start gagging, which is a random fact. That and pudding.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
No to the pudding. Okay.
I wasn't a very good kid when it came to eating kid foods. I only liked pizza. I hated mac and cheese. I thought it was disgusting. I do not like peanut butter and jelly. Pudding is not for me.
Okay.
And I'm sure there's a plethora of other kid things that people ate that I'm just like, oh, no. I really love salad with Italian dressing and onions as a child.
Oh, that's a unique child food. I
Yeah.
like it though. Yeah.
Yeah. It was bizarre. I've also never shared that on a podcast. I don't know why I said it. So that's I really love that. And so when you think of how describing your brand in that essence, in that sentence, how did that really shape what you put into the book when you started to tell that story?
Well, basically, I was like, if I'm going to tell a story, I'm going to real talk. Like, I am, what you see is what you get, the good, the bad, the ugly, the tragic. And people are like, well, there's so much sad in your book. And it's not all sad. There's parts of it that are sad. I'm like, yeah, but there's a happy ending. Like, I'm alive. I'm here. Right. Like, so
Yeah.
you can, like, you have to live through that to get to the other side too.
Yeah.
So I wanted to make it so that it was really, really real, because I think in the world we need to have more real conversations. And it doesn't matter with who or about what or whatever. We just need to have more compassion for each other. Like, we're so divided on every level about everything. We were talking a little politically before we hopped on this, but
Yeah.
like, whatever the person believes that they have to believe, it's because they walked a mile in their own shoes.
Yeah.
Someone else has like the same kind of strong stance that's on the opposite, but they also had a different journey. So why don't we start being more compassionate with people about it? And then that starts with real talk. So I wanted it to be like a very real talk. Here's what's out there in the world. This is how life goes down. It's not always pretty. And then the other thing, I am not one to pick up a book and read it cover to cover. Like, I want to open it up, read it, see what's there for me today, and put it down. I'm capable of reading a book cover to cover, but I don't. It's not really for me. So I wanted to create a book that you didn't have to read cover to cover. So you could open it to any single chapter, Raelynn, read that chapter, get the shift moves, close it, put it back on the shelf for like 6 months.
Oh my goodness. I am somebody who reads books cover to cover, but not nonfiction.
Uh-huh.
So I have read 101 books this year,
My gosh.
maybe more. And I have it in my Goodreads app of like, I finish, and then I have like 3 nonfiction books I am still working away at. Like, so I appreciate that it's like a pick up and go. One of them is actually This Is Strategy by Seth Godin. And it's just written like, here's like a tweet and like move to the next thing, and they're numbered. It's like through like 1,000. And it's just like, here's like a page and a half. Okay, we're done.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I need in life when it comes to nonfiction. I'm like, it's hard, I think.
It is.
Well, hard for me to the point of walking a mile in someone's shoes. It's just very difficult for me. Or I want to act on whatever it is that I just read, and so I don't want to keep going.
Right.
Yeah. But I think people who read nonfiction books exclusively, I also find they don't read a ton of them in a year either.
They're hard to do because you really have to focus. It's like almost like the book has a purpose, and you want to get, at least I want to get the lessons out of reading it. So just like you, like, I'll start a book and go, okay, until I get good at this, I got to go on to something else. And that's tough. In a fiction book, you can kind of zone out. You can get most of it and you're going to be great. It's just a story. It's like watching a movie, but
it is
with more detail.
Yeah. And I think that's why I love them so much. And so I do, I speed through them. But I think, like, to your point, it also just depends on how the author wrote it. So one that I have finished was like We Should All Be Millionaires by Rachel Rogers. And it was because it felt like I was like just talking to a girlfriend like the whole time. And so I was like, oh, well, our conversation isn't done yet. Let's carry on. And so, but I appreciate that you wrote it in the way that you did to acknowledge the fact that they are harder books for people to read cover to cover, and why they're harder. I mean, me and you both said it. We both are like, well, let's go like implement this thing and like try this before we go to the next thing. So when you think about this past year, and I know your book it's on its way to be super into the world, When you think about this past year leading up to that, what strategy or decision most contributed to that growth in this past year? Also acknowledging it was a year of the snake.
Yeah, well, if you want to know how big of sense of humor God, the universe has, write a book on mindset because at every turn, you're going to get thrown a curveball. And it's not just going to be like one or lightly, like your world burns down. And your fiance goes, Michele, maybe you should read your own book. To which I was like,
Those are fighting words.
I were fighting words. They were fighting words. He wasn't wrong. He wasn't wrong, but dang it. Time and place. Read the room. Read the room. Come on, Dave.
Sir.
Exactly.
Sir. That's funny. I was like, oh, so was that a chapter? Each curveball was a chapter. I mean, if we think about it, like the first time me and you were supposed to make this happen, you're like the water heater. I was like, oh, just go water heat. Like it's not worth it. It's not worth it. Like I had somebody the other day who was sick. I was like, are you sure? It wasn't on my podcast, it was on hers. I was like, I get it. Like, if you want to just like curl up on the bathroom floor, like, girl, go for it.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like, I'm flexible. I got time.
Yeah.
Or at least I assume I have time. I like to live in a naive space where like I'm 35 and I'm going to be here for a hot minute. Not
Heck
guaranteed, but I feel like I still live a bit of naivete that I'm like, I'm good. Like I'm slightly invincible still. Slightly. I'm not the same degree as being 21 or 16 or 9.
Yeah.
You know, but I still feel, pretty like I got time.
Yeah.
We're golden. Oh my goodness. This is so embarrassing. Every time I've said the word golden all day, I cannot unhear Huntrix in my head. And I almost started singing a song mid-sentence, so I had to at least get it out of my voice. Amazon decided that was my alarm song for the morning, and it has stuck with me all day.
I mean, if you need to rip a line or two, you just go for it. I'm here for you.
Gonna be golden. Okay. So when you think about visibility, I mean, you had like all these curveballs come your way, and now we're at a place where things are about to take off in essence. We've shed the skin of the snake. We are now taking off with this fire horse, and we have a book coming out around the time that the fire horse is like coming off the starting line here. When you think about visibility, what has been the hardest part in your journey so far, and what has finally worked and you are hoping will work into next year?
Yeah, well, it was wild. So I lived downtown Chicago for 23 years, right?
Yeah.
And it was going out all the time, like go to work, do the thing, and then where's the restaurant? Where's the club? What's the thing? Like what are we? And we were out and about all the time, which was so much fun. Oh my gosh, so much fun. Well, then I sold my business and I moved to Florida, to Cape Coral, which I didn't know what a Cape Coral was before I moved here. I love it. It's lovely. It's sleepy though. Like people, they want to eat dinner at like 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. Yeah. And I was like, wait, exactly what your face just did. That's exactly how I am still.
That's not even dinner time.
Yeah. That's like extended lunch.
Yes. That's all that is. That's me eating lunch when I forgot because I was busy. So, okay.
Right.
Sorry. So they're eating a late lunch and skipping dinner. Okay.
And then you're starving before you have to go to bed. But anyway, back to your actual question though. So then it was like, because it like adjusted to like being more sleepy and more calm, it's wild to now to be about to be back out in the spotlight in like, this is who I am again, guys. Like I'm here for it. Let's go. Let's start talking. Let's like be out in the world. So there's been this like shift from uber extrovert to more of this ambivert, almost introvert, to now get back out into the world and like really shine and really be on all the time. And I'm like, whoa, it takes some energy that I don't know if I have.
It is wild being visible. I always say I feel like I'm being stretched all the time. because I'm definitely somebody who has to recharge, even though the world assumes I am extroverted. And I guess according to my Myers-Briggs, I am, but it is, I mean, I read 101 books, y'all. That does not come from being a super extrovert. That comes from curling up on the couch and in bed and like reading and speaking to no one. So it is so, I can relate to that because, I mean, did I share this with you? I don't know that I shared this with you. I may have, where I told you when I had to reach out to the first 50 women for this podcast, I cried.
Yeah. And then 68% of them said, yeah.
Yeah.
And you're like, that's impressive.
It was wild. I mean, it's still wild to this day to know like how far ahead we were planned, how many amazing stories that have been shared. And it has pulled me to be like, oh, like I was telling my boyfriend the other day, now when I hear the podcast back or I hear clips or I hear things, like the sound of my voice used to irritate me. I couldn't stand it because that's not what I sound like inside my head. I think I have now merged it. And
Oh,
so my voice doesn't bother me anymore. I'm like, that's me. That's me talking. And we were at dinner last night and Grayson had my phone and he's on YouTube and sometimes it'll show me my own videos, which is slightly weird, but it's usually because you're like, do you want to boost this? My baby doesn't understand that. So he just goes, look, my mom's famous and likes my video. I was like, glad the only like on it is me, baby, but thank you.
yeah.
So, we're living in the world of Grayson. Mom is famous, but I think it takes, to your point, it takes a little bit of like, oh, I'm being seen again. Like I have to get out of my sweatpants.
Yeah.
And it's interesting. Well, you don't have to get out of your sweatpants. I would support you either way as I'm in my nice ones.
Yes. That's another interesting thing though. Like in Chicago, I wore heels every single day. Like every single day. Not like, and not little heels, not those kitten heels. Like I was like full on heels.
There's
I
only
like
one size
treated
deal.
patients in heels. I mean, like I have the prettiest shoes. And there's no place to wear them down here.
Oh,
And it's so interesting. And I tried to put them on the other day and my feet were not happy about it.
oh,
So I have shoes that need to fulfill their shoe destiny right now.
okay. Well, just order some Voltaren and some BioFreeze. Put them all over your feet. You'll be fine again.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Thanks.
As a woman who also wears high heels literally everywhere if the world would let me.
Yeah, pro tip. I
Um,
like.
I once looked like a giraffe in stilts, and I'm not tall by any means, but I want to be a giraffe in this scenario.
Okay.
Have you been to Seattle?
Yes.
Okay, so you know, like when you're at Pike's Market, how it's just like all cobblestones but hills?
Yep.
Every woman around me had on Converse. Not Raelynn. No, never Raelynn. Um, Me teetering up and down those hills in high heels deserves a like award whenever I get to heaven.
Yeah.
Okay, just like she did that, everybody. There was also one time where I forgot my change of shoes because I Ubered to work and I had to walk up towards Capitol Hill because I lived in South Lake Union in 6-inch heels about 2 miles home. Yeah.
Yikes. Yeah.
So I'm team high heels. Okay.
Okay.
Just bring them back. Bring them
All
back.
right.
We'll tear it into biofreeze. So when you think about the book space, especially books on mindset, how do you differentiate yourself from others in your space without feeling performative or like you had to do something different or
I
more
think
different?
it's the cool thing about telling a story about your own life. Like that's what happened. This is just how I did it. I mean, like the good, the bad, it was like I could have done it differently, sure, but did I make the best decisions that I had with the information I had? Yep. So there's not like maybe I should reword this because they like that's rewriting history. I mean, we are doing that in this world right now, but that's a whole nother
No,
thing.
that's a whole nother story.
Like yeah, so I'm like, so it kind of just was like, this is what worked for me, and I hope it works for you. So
Oh,
it's
I love
it's
that.
truly just like no pressure. If it works, great. If not, there's another book out there too.
There's libraries full of them, everybody. There's independent bookstores full of them. Notice I said independent bookstores and not named
Yes.
ones. That you can go experience all of the goodness. Like I think the best things in the world are between pages in a book.
Yeah.
So, and you can experience so much truth. Even in fiction books, can you experience so much truth of the world? in between those pages.
Yeah.
And I love that you're like, it's my story. How in the hell is that supposed to be the same as someone else's? It's not. It never will be. So, uh, I want you to think it's been 6 months since the books come out, 1 year since the books come out, 2 years since the books come out. What conversations or messages do you want to be known for leading?
The really authentic ones. Like, I want us to stop talking about the weather. We have apps for that, right?
I do.
Like, yeah. And it's like, you live in Oregon, it's rainy. Yep.
Yeah.
True. Facts. Like I live in Chicago, or I live in Florida. It's sunny. Yeah, like that's it. So like, I want to know you. Like, tell me about what happened this week for you. What's your water heater moment? Like what, not just like the fluffy great stuff, but like, what's the stuff that darn near took you out at the knees that you're like, oh my God, I don't even know how I'm standing right now. Because if we start talking about that stuff, won't the world be better?
The world would be so much better, but I think that, I mean, you've gotten to know me at this point. Like, I'm the type who's just like, we're ripping band-aids off everybody. Let's like talk about whatever. I had a funny conversation with somebody where I started it. I was like, I'm so hungry. I've eaten one bite of my sandwich, and I like lifted it up and showed it to her. I was like, well, we have this conversation. So like, let's get it done. But like at the same time, I can smell this pork sandwich.
Uh-huh.
So it's having those things. I think also when you are made to be more visible or choose to be more visible, because I will say, like, me choosing this life is a choice. It's not, I could very easily be somebody who works quietly in a cubicle in the back, and like, I
I
don't
don't
know
know
that
if you could.
I would do well, but it was a choice. And so I think that conversations about the weather for me, I just find them boring. Like, I will exit so fast.
Yeah.
And I will pull things out of people because I want to know. And I think that comes from being a authentic, but honestly, a very honest person. Because to your earlier point, like, I've walked many miles in my shoes, all heights of heels, y'all. But I want to know the miles of other people, even if I disagree with them.
Yeah.
Um, I also think that's what's wrong with America, is that we don't talk about these things. We don't talk about our religions. We don't talk about politics. We don't talk about the difficult things. And then it is ran by those with a very non-major like opinion. And then we're all upset. Well, it's like, you're upset because you refuse to talk about pay with anybody. So we have no pay equity. You refuse to talk about race, and therefore racism still gets to exist. Like, we refuse to have these conversations because they make people uncomfortable. But we'll never get better if we aren't uncomfortable. Like, we have to learn how to be comfortable with the uncomfortable.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
I have no idea
And
where that came from. Keep going.
and to be like, to I mean, I think politics is such an important thing to start to talk about,
Yes.
because it's like, okay, if you believe the other side of the aisle, how did you get there? And I can tell, I'm gonna be like, all right, this is where I grew up, this is how I grew up, this is why, like, this is what my dad did, this is what, and like, these are all the things that I am who I am because of it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I lean this way because of it. And it doesn't mean that I'm rigid or that I'm not opposed to change, but I want to understand, like, what's your story? How did you get to that decision? How did you get there? Because then it's like, oh, okay, well, I can see that. It's like one side thinks the other side's crazy. Well, we're not all crazy. And, it's just, we just have a different perspective.
And I almost want to like point out in today's day and age, I don't even know that we have a two-party system. I think it's turning into a three-party system, and nobody wants to acknowledge that one is split.
I think it's really one party that are all just driving the division.
Mm-hmm. It's very interesting. It's very interesting, but it also is showing me that not many people have their own independent thoughts as much as I thought people did. And that is sad, and it is heartbreaking from somebody who loves civics like I do, that we can't have these discussions. And remember I was 19 and I was in world religions class, and I had like one of those young teachers, who couldn't have been that much older than me, to be honest.
Yeah.
And he's teaching this class, and he loved bringing in other religious leaders to come talk to us. And before we would know who they were in advance, and we had to write a report that year. We had to go participate one day with a religion that we had no knowledge of. Like, we weren't very knowledgeable in it. So I had to go to Scientology because my boyfriend at the time was Muslim. Like, I have family members who are Jewish. My family's Catholic. And let's be honest, there's no real super duper differences between Catholicism and Christianity. Like, we can go back to Martin Luther and like putting the 12 things on the door, but not huge breaks in that way. And so I was like, all right, well, I've got to like go pick something random. So that is what I did. But I was also in a class with a lot of Jehovah's Witnesses, which is its own version of interesting. And I went to high school with a lot of Mormons. So I was very like, all these things aren't something I can participate in. So Scientology it was. I remember we would have these speakers come, and my teacher would be like, okay, who in class is going to play devil's advocate? It was always Raelynn. It was always like, Raylan's going to. And I was like, why? Because I question everything.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to. I don't believe that anybody's correct, actually. And so I was always devil's advocate. But then I remember going to the Scientology Center, whatever it's called, and I could tell that they were gearing it towards me, and they were only talking about like music and the art and like why it was important. I was like, wow, I understand why my parents think I should be an attorney. And it was that moment in time. And so I love that you want to be known about like authentic conversations, because obviously you pulled this out of me. So, but like really having that dialogue that I agree with you, people are not having, and we don't know how to be kind people anymore because of it.
Yeah.
Maybe
Let's bring kindness back.
we make kindness cool again.
Yeah. I think that's a good thing. Let's do it.
Let's make it happen. It's getting really mean out here. I feel like we're living the pages of the burn book from Mean Girls.
Yeah.
It's something else. So how do you define success for your brand today? And how has it evolved since you begun?
I think one of the things that's been really neat is we've got like advanced reader copies. So there's certain, you have to like put them out in the world and then get feedback on it, right? So it's a wide variety of people, because you don't just want like one demographic. And the feedback have had so far has been so interesting that even if the book never sells, like, it's worth it. One of my favorites was a friend of mine was like, when I read your book, it felt like we were sitting on your couch having a glass of wine. Like, it's so you that it's just, I felt like you were reading it to me. And then the other people coming up and being like, okay, so I tried your shift move and I did this one and this is what happened. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like, how fun is that? Like, that people are using it. And I was at this conference, and there was like 2,000 people at the conference. I hadn't seen these people in a couple of years. And so I'm there and I'm talking to people. I'm like, oh, what are you up to? And you're like, hey, tell me here, what's the dish? What's the thing? And I'm like, oh, I have a book coming out. And they're like, wait, really? And they're like, is it on Amazon? I'm like, yeah. They would actually take out their phone and buy it like right in front of me, which I was like, oh, that's amazing. And they're like, isn't that the purpose? I'm like, yeah, but I didn't know it was happening in the wild. Oh, it's happening.
That's so cool.
It's so cool. It's just because, who knows? I mean, it's just my little stories. I mean, it's a story like when I was 4 years old, how I got a puppy, right? Like,
what kind of puppy?
Oh, I was playing outside by myself, like all normal 4-year-olds do back then. And a pickup truck drove by and threw a puppy out the window. So I was like, I won the lottery for a 4-year-old, right? So I scoop up this little wiggly puppy and I march up little 2-story walk up, and I knock on our door because I can't manage a dog and doorknob and being 4. And my mom was just like, "Oh my gosh, we can't have a puppy." I'm like, "But we do, so we can."
He threw it at me, Mom.
Yeah. So that and that is, don't take no for an answer, right? Like, just because you hear no is maybe no is not yes yet, which only applies to things like puppies. But there's a lot of places in the world that no does mean no. Like, so I want to be clear that I'm not advocating for that sort of nonsensical behavior.
I just did a podcast earlier today on Diddy the Reckoning. So yes, no means no in some in very specific scenarios, everybody. But not in the place of like having cinnamon rolls for dinner. Okay.
Right.
That could be a yes eventually.
Yeah.
Or, tacos for breakfast.
I mean, not a bad idea. I haven't figured out what I'm eating for dinner yet. So cinnamon rolls could go on the table.
Hey, cinnamon rolls are a gift from the heavens. Okay. I know that like cinnamon is a spice and it is used in more savory dishes, but whoever decided to put it between flaky pastries and whip up some powdered sugar and water, you're a real one.
Genius.
Cinnamon and butter, you're a real one. And the fact that you thought to roll it up so the middle is ooey gooey, like have cinnamon rolls for dinner.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
I mean, if nothing else, have it for dessert.
Raelynn, I think that's the title of your book, Cinnamon Rolls for Dinner.
I was working on a title, and I think it'll be something of the effect of the difference between ordinary and extraordinary is a little extra.
I like it. It'll change though. I guarantee it.
Oh, it'll change like 1,000 times because I'm also me.
Yeah. Even when you think you got it, it'll change 7 more times.
It'll be whatever it is. I was talking to somebody who owns a publishing company earlier today, and I was like, it has not hit my soul yet, but whatever it is, when it does, if it does, it's gonna be something.
Heck yeah, it is.
And it'll definitely. Have you ever read the book? Hold on. Mind Magic?
Mind Magic? No, but it sounds so fun.
Hold on. Ooh, I'm going to have to fix all those. I just all my books are artfully put on this bookshelves over here.
Yeah.
And I just dropped a bunch of them back, but they are all organized by size and color. Okay. James R. Doughty passed away this year. He was a neuroscientist. It's a mindset book. It's a manifestation book, actually. It is the Mind Magic, the neuroscience of manifestation and how it changes everything. But I feel like you're going to appreciate this first sentence. And if I ever have a book, it'll be very similar to this. The real secret. The universe doesn't give a fuck about you.
100%.
And then it just goes on to, it may not sound like it, but this is good news. It's like the universe doesn't give a fuck about you, not because you are not worthy or out of alignment with the cosmos or have been put under a curse for 10 generations. No, the universe doesn't give a fuck about you because it has no fucks to give.
Yes.
And so that is forever one of my favorite paragraphs I've ever read in a book. But yeah, if I ever write a book, that's probably how it's starting out. Or it'll be like, my favorite paragraph in a book is.
Yes.
Or the end of Gone with the Wind when Rhett tells her, frankly, Scarlett, I don't give a damn.
Yeah.
Which might tell you a lot about what kind of person I am, everyone. So I think about those things, and I'm excited to read your book for the sole fact that I do love mindset books and I love short stories. So
yay.
I'm waiting to see what your paragraph in your book is that is similar to the one that James Doughty, rest his soul, wrote. So a couple last questions before we head home for the day. If someone listening is standing on the edge of their own Lux Leap, what advice would you give them?
Dig deep and find what's true to your soul and follow it no matter what.
Oh, I love it. And so what's next for you? Or what's the next bold move that you're making?
Holy macaroni. I don't even know.
And
I
cheese?
mean, it's so fun. There's so many cool things out in the world to do. There's so much stuff to try and so many places to visit. And I think everyone's like, well, what's the purpose of the book? What do you want to do? And I'm sitting here going like, I think it's just going to create itself. Like whatever my next is going to happen. And I'm just here for it. I'm just going to enjoy the ride.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. Well, while you enjoy the ride, what does a day living a luxurious life look like for you?
Oof. Well, I wake up with my dog. Usually his bits are in my face because he likes to sleep on his back. So that's glamorous.
So glamorous.
But no, his name's Mike. He's such a sweetheart. So we have to go out, play, run, play ball, things like that. But if it was just me, like if I could just be like transport to vacation, wake up, a beautiful cup of coffee, watch the sunrise, have a book that I probably don't open. It's just there for looks.
Aesthetic. It's
Yeah.
aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah. Some massages, some like hanging out by the pool and just meeting up with good friends.
Oh my goodness. There's this brand of handbags in Paris where they are clutches designed to look like books. They're really beautiful. I could see you carrying one of those, and they have them of like famous books like Breakfast and Tiffany's, but
Yeah.
then they also have them like travel books like Capri. I can see you with one of those in this luxurious setting. You're like, there's a book inside my book.
Yes.
So, in one word, what is your primary motivation in business?
Joy. Bring joy. Like joy to others, joy to me. Like I don't want to work with clients that are not fun. I don't want to be around people that are not fun. Like let's just laugh. It's so much better.
Oh, it is so much better. And you brought so much joy to this conversation. I absolutely loved every moment of it. So thank you.
Oh my gosh,
So,
my pleasure.
so everyone, if today's episode has you rethinking how you're showing up and you're ready for a brand that actually turns heads, I'd love to invite you to book your Brand Meet a Brand Breakthrough. It's my video deep dive brand audit that helps you see exactly what's working, what's not, and what needs to shift to attract your champagne clientele. So you can grab your spot at graydigitalmktg.co/brandmuta-review. But if you aren't anywhere with a pen or a pencil, because who has those these days, you can just click on it in the show notes. No need to make it difficult. And you can start turning clarity into confidence because let's be honest, vanilla opinions don't pop bottles or Wonder Bread opinions don't pop bottles if you remembered from the start of this show. So I absolutely loved having you, Michele. How can everybody get in touch with you?
You can hop on my website, so michellekehrer.com. Michele with one L and then Kehrer. I'm also on all the socials. And I read every message. So if you drop me a message or an email or something like that, I'm going to find you back. I'm going to respond. I mean, like, just keep this conversation going is so much fun.
Oh my goodness. I love it. Well, everybody, make sure you go and support Michele, like and subscribe to all of her things. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the Lux Leap. We are here every single Thursday and so excited to share the stories of incredible women and how they started their brand journey. So until next time, everybody, I'll see you later. Bye.
Bye.